Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start a spirituality and astrology live stream. Today we are going to talk about Venus in Aries. Thank you for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and use the links down below to reach more of my content and to join our Discord as well to know when we have new videos and to know when we are live and to contact with me as well. Again, if you want to support the channel, drop a like and subscribe and contact me to get personal readings, personal consultations, to ask me questions, to just to support me directly. Use the links down below as well. So let's get started. Venus in Aries. What is Venus, or what Venus represents our ability to love, commit, relate, to not only show our values but also to understand and infer about others' values and how our values can meet with others' values, or like where they can meet, right? And of course, that comes with the relationships, that comes with you actually connecting and being a part of an exchange of information, feelings, emotions, ideas, thoughts, personalities, insecurities, etc. Right? So with Venus in Aries, which is Aries, cardinal fire, the ability to create new feelings, imaginations, visions, actions, expressions, creativity, and spiritual belief systems in a more aggressive, passionate, motivated, or frustrated way, because Mars is no, because Aries is ruled by Mars. So Venus doesn't like to be in Aries. What does that mean? That means that we don't like to do love or commitment or relationships in a more cardinal, imaginative, and realistic way. Doesn't mean that the planet Venus doesn't like to go through the first house. It means that we don't like to use that ability in that way, right? Every time we say the sun doesn't like to be in Aquarius, Taurus, Mars doesn't like to be in Taurus, it's not really about the planet, it's about us. It's about we using those abilities, those archetypes, those spiritual wisdoms and knowledge, right? But that's in a general way, because you, depending on your alignments, depending on your experiences, you might like to use Mars in Taurus. You might like Venus in Aries. You might like more realistic relationship, a more aggressive, with less limits and boundaries, with less sugar coating, with more action, with more intensity, with less sureness, right? With less covering all the holes, right? You might enjoy that, but in general, spirits in this realm like to do relationships in a more stable, right? Or in a more logical and superficial way. But we still like to do it in a cardinal way, because Venus rules, or is ruled. Hold on. Damn, because Venus rules Libra, right? So we like to do it in a cardinal way, but not so cardinal, not so intense, not so out of nowhere, because fire is the first element from the spirit. Fire is the element that is closest to the spirit, right? That's why we have like these fiery people. They don't necessarily need to have fire elements, but I'm pretty sure they do. But these people, that they are like very good at telling stories, they are very in good moods, they make you feel high and uplifted, they make you feel active, they make you they are, or they make you talk or be more in your imaginations, be more in your feelings, not water like, more like expressing your feelings, expressing your courage, your creativity, your plans for the future, the belief in yourself. Those people usually are more, or are closer to others' hearts in personal relationships. In general, people fall in others' graces in a more decent relationship when they are well educated, when they don't cross your limits, when they don't cross your boundaries, when they look a certain way, right? And that's more Venus like, more, a bit more, because a bit more distant, right? Venus is, we call the planet of relationships and whatnot, but it's kind of not true because real relationships come with Mars and Saturn, right? Come with passion, with aggressiveness. If you can be real, like a bit more fatherly like, a bit more intense to somebody, and they can handle it, and they take self accountability, and they can do the same to you, that's a real relationship. Now, in a relationship where you can't go to the point, where you have to go around, beat around the bush, walk on eggshells, is that a real relationship? Or is that a relationship where you have to hold yourself back? You have to be careful. Is that a real relationship? No. I mean, it can be, but it will be less real. Why? Because the distance that you and your spirit, or you as a spirit, I mean, needs to go through in order to connect with the other spirit is way longer. In a more Martian and Saturnian relationship, the connection is more direct. So you can convey more of your space, you can convey more of your individuality, creativity, and spiritual belief systems. Now, in a more Venusian, more superficial, pretty, and sophisticated relationship, you have to take these curves, right? You have to go around, you have to create these vehicles, and then you connect. So there is more energy and time spent. So you're not really connecting your spirit, you are more connecting the creations and the mind. You know what I'm saying? But we need both types of relationships, and we need both energies, wisdoms, and knowledges, awarenesses in our relationships. But a real relationship, especially a romantic relationship, it should be more Mars like. But there is a program in society where people think that the best relationships are more Venusian like. No, that's good for like corporations, business, school, in your surroundings, in the supermarket. Yes, we don't cross each other boundaries. We are sophisticated to each other. We are well educated. But with your best friend, you can call all the names in the world. You can call like his mama is this, his grandma is that. You can make fun of his dead grandpa, and you see that's a great example. That's a real relationship, right? But I've seen in my peers and people younger and older than me that they still go for this fake programming, right? Where they think that person is a better partner for them because they are more well educated, they look better to others, not to themselves. Because they think, oh, they speak, or they speak so well in public, or they are so well behaved, or they don't they are not extreme, they are not too much. By the way, if they tell you too much, it's wrong. They too little. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they go for these basically more sugar coated and more distant relationships. And of course, they then end up complaining about it, right? But they then they go and do it again. But why? Because it's a program in reality through movies, TV shows, their parents, and whatever. But a real relationship is more Martian and more Saturnian. So when we say that Venus doesn't like to be in Aries or in the first house, we're talking about these more distant and more in the world relationships, not your romantic relationships, not you and your partner, fiance, wife, husband, even with your kids, right? We want those relationships to be more intense, to be more fulfilled, to be more real and tangible, right? Of course, then we need to bring sophistication, and we need to bring some good education, and we need to bring some limits and boundaries, right? But that's on a more personal level. That's more about your insecurities, not about society and external social standards, right? So Venus in Aries means that either you are loving or looking to appreciate more uniqueness, more individuality, more aggressiveness, more rash, less caution stuff, right? Or you are being enjoyed and loved because you are a bit more aggressive, a bit more out of the box, right? Because for an example, you might have these people that they are like scientists or doctors or scholars or very well educated, and they feel comfortable or secure in those realms. But if you can bring, in a logical way, spirituality, if you can bring something out of the box, they will actually really appreciate you. Because in the end of the day, somebody that spends a lot of time, and when I say a lot of time, I say years, or they work on that field, right? Or, for example, a teacher, right? They have to teach the program. If they don't teach the program, they will be penalized, right? Or the kids can complain about it and then somebody will take an action that will hurt the teacher. But if you can bring them a fact, an event, this study, right, that shows them something that is out of that area of expertise, or that shows them a bit of all possibilities, that shows them some kind of excitement, they will really value you, right? Because they are always in a space which is less movement. It's less exciting. It's more stuck, more limited, right? So if you bring them, even if they don't agree with you totally, if they don't agree with your area of expertise, which is in my case is astrology and spirituality, right? You bringing them that extra notion, that extra wisdom and knowledge will make them appreciate you. They might not tell you, they might not realize it logically, but internally and subconsciously, they will feeling a bit more relieved because you are showing them that there is something, there is knowledge and wisdom outside of that area of expertise, and that makes sense, and that explains more stuff and leaves room for their own power. Because it's Aries, boy. It's about creating your own vision, creating your own feeling, creating your own action, expression, anger, frustration, motivation, and passion. It's not only you being passionate, it's not only you being aggressive, it's you creating a purpose and being like responsible and protecting that purpose. That's why in Tarot we have the Emperor, most times associated with Aries, because an emperor is more than a king, and it is more of an intellectual sovereign of a territory. So not only you have that thought, not only you have that imagination, you are responsible for it. You are the face of it. You rule over it, and you can conquer others with it. It's not just booga wooga. It's like showing the passion, then be like, because of this, because of that. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong because of this and because of that. Yeah. You might not agree with me, but you're not seeing this point over here and over there. So Venus can actually bring this more connection where you can relate with others your unique passions, your unique spiritual belief systems, right? And you can help others that are into this more materialistic, nothing makes sense, nothing is worth it type of mentality. And you can create a vision that shows them how to create their own vision, because you can create a vision for them to use. They might ride on it a little bit, but then they need to get off because it's not theirs. What you can do is now bring a bit more sophistication, bring a bit better words, right? And just the vibe of Venus will tell their spirit you want to them to be a part of it too, and then they see your spirit creating that spark, and they be like, I can do it too, and they can create their own spark, right? So Venus in Aries is about relating your individuality, your uniqueness, and especially about relating things that make you and others uncomfortable, but that are real. that are in there, that are a part of the world, but some people choose to not look over it, or some people choose to sugarcoat it, for an example, right? And so it's about also talking and communicating, because Mercury is still in Aries. Yeah, and it is retrograde, right? So, and because Venus and Mercury are kind of the same, Venus is a bit more personal and a bit more sentimental because it's exalted in Venus in Pisces, right? And it rules Taurus as well, so it's a bit more emotional. It's a bit more about your values. It's a bit more about respect and limits and boundaries. That's why it rules Libra, and Saturn is exalted in Libra because it's about respecting and creating and valuing those limits and boundaries. But they kind of the same, because without communication, you can't have a relationship, and without thinking and analyzing on your own the environment, you can't have a relationship. So basically, Venus is like a deeper, more abrangent, more expanded version of Mercury. And you can see in real life a lot of spells, environments, vibes, conditional thinking made with Venus and Mercury energy. Logicality and comfort. Rationality and convenience, for an example, right? So, now that these two are in Aries, it's really time to talk about in real stuff and in real ways. To talk about the future. How can you be yourself? How can others be themselves? Because not recently, but more than ever right now, there is a war on what you can say. There is a war on you expressing your thoughts and ideas, and that's not right. There is a war on spirituality, where it's more, or it's, and this is completely wrong, where it's more acceptable for somebody to think that things doesn't make sense, that there is no purpose, and that there is no it's not worth it. It's more acceptable to think that than to think that you are a spirit and that you are a creator. It's more acceptable to think that for example, the chronic diseases like cancer and shit comes from physical substance than from your state of being, right? It's more acceptable to think that depression can be cured with chemicals than a change in your perspective and your frequency and vibration, right? And that cannot be. We need to change that. We need to realize that everything comes from the spirit. And if everything comes from the spirit, those diseases, those problems in society come from the spirit too. So if that comes from the spirit and you are the spirit, you can change it. Of course, like if you have cancer, you're not, oh shit, I changed, now I don't have cancer. No, because the cancer took a lot of time to come in. The cancer didn't appear like that, so it will not disappear like that, right? The cancer came in because basically you needed to change, your spirit was changing, but your mentality, a lot of them were in one place. So the new creations, because your spirit is always creating, the only thing constant in the universe is change, the new creations were at war with the old creations. That's the very basic understanding of chronic diseases, right? Alzheimer's, it's the same, but then it shows up in different physical ways. Like everybody is a spirit in a different body. Dogs are spirits, cats are spirits, flies are spirits, atoms are spirits, water are spirits, rocks is spirits, this fucking pen is spirits, but in a different physical manifestation, in a different frequency and vibration, in a different arrangement of the spirits that you attract together to make the dream work, to make the team work, make the dream work, right? So we have, as a society, to understand that we create everything. Even when you imagine you or somebody you know were on an accident, they didn't create the accident on themselves, but they created the connection, and they spiritually associated themselves with that scenario. So they are still responsible for being a part of the accident. Maybe they were just witnessing the accident. They still created a portal, a connection, a road to that event. So, because it could be anybody else witnessing that event, but it was them. There was a reason because they made themselves a part of it. And also, it's more acceptable to think it's just a coincidence than to look for the reason and understand that you and the people around it were the reason, right? Because when everybody starts to think like that, we can come to real conclusions. We can, even in terms like of science and medicine, there is still a lot to be discovered. And the only reason why medicine and stuff can't find the cure for cancer, it's because they're looking in the wrong place, right? Because what needs to happen is what is already happened, the machine development, the pill development, the chemistry development, right? That needs actually to go back a little bit into more of a chemical development, where they understand that these chemicals react with the spirit, the emotions, and the vibe of the specific person. And then, because like there is no like real documentation about alchemy and shit like that, but basically they knew that one chemical would react differently in different environments, right? So each person, its own environment. So the same chemical will work differently in every person. But the machinery that we use right now is basically the range that they measure stuff is too wide. So they can't really see the details. They can see how much different is the reaction for each person, right? And then, because it will go deeper than that, right? It will go deeper as in people realizing how your frequency and vibration, your perspective, your vision of yourself and the world can change your chemical composition, your DNA composition, and shit like that. But you're already going out of the way. You're already going out of the way. But in terms of, just to finish the point, in terms of medicine and shit like that, everybody, oh, not everybody, but most people opposes to that. But at the same time, they be just banging their heads against the wall, trying these pills, trying these drugs and these chemistries, and it mostly does not work, right? Or if it works, it damages the body in other areas, right? So it's time to think differently. It's time to look to a more personal, spiritual understanding of the body and the mind, because we created that. So if we created that, we can fix it, we can change it, we can improve it and upgrade it, right? But that's for another point. So, but how was I connecting that with Venus in Aries? Because we have to correlate and associate our unique thoughts, ideas, feelings, visions, and spiritual belief systems. And we have to share, you have to relate your, like, even if others don't agree, if it makes others mad and uncomfortable and they give you that fluoride stare, you have to assume the responsibility. Now you need to know your limits, and you need to know how to not share pearls with swines, right? You need to know how to not give your pearls to the swines, but at the same time, you have to show them that you are different. You have to show them that you know better and you see yourself and the world in a more deeper and wider perspective. Because if you don't do it, if you don't create that image and then push that to others and show that to others, they will create their own image of you, and that comes to life. So you have to be the emperor and claim intellectual property over yourself and show them your spirituality, your astrology, your tarot, your crystals and gems, but not like everything and everybody, right? It's just like own it, be it, express it in a more sophisticated, relatable, and cute way. Make it cute until it's time to get ugly. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into the tarot reading like we usually do over here. Nothing too crazy, just simple and quick. Let's go, let's go. Hey Daria, welcome to the stream. Guys, if you want some clothing, jewelry, web design, contact Daria. Check her LinkTree, use the links down below. She has real skill, real gifts, real talent. That she got that Pisces creativity. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm talking about Daria, and what card comes in? Ace of Swords. A unique mind. A unique logical concept. Very creative perspective about the world. Get in contact. If you want a tarot reading, astro reading, personal consultation, contact me. By the way, check Daria's YouTube channel. She's making some real good videos. It's growing, almost at 1,000 subscribers. Go and check her out. You do very well. After you watching this stream though. After you leave a like and subscribe in this live stream, you know what I'm saying? So let's go. First, yeah, let's do a general card for Venus in Aries. Like real general, no, not too deep. There we go. Of course, it's a more air energy because Venus plus Aries brings more air energy. Reversed Queen of Swords. So with Venus in Aries, there is the opportunity for everybody to receive great intellectual and relationship support, right? But you or others are misunderstanding how to convey that support, or you'll be like, wait, is that really support? You're being kind of aggressive. You're being kind of mean. Yeah. So you take accountability, so you know what's going on. And look, you can do the same to me. You got, bro, Aries, when it's about relationships and Venus, it's like real open. You opening portals to each other's heart, brain, pussy, dick, everything. Like you might say something, it really hurts the other person. But if you're coming from a place of real love, not falling love, rising love, right? Like fuck love, just like correct each other, grow, like expand each other. Fuck love, you know what I'm saying? That will be great support, right? So through communication, through relation, through commitment, and through passion, aggressiveness, and going straight to the point, sometimes where it hurts, you can receive great support. And you can be the one giving great support too, because it's Venus. So you will receive, and your partners, your relationships can receive from you too. But if you are the real spirit here, this also is telling me and you that we, as more unique individuals that don't fit so much in the world, we can receive the support from people that can travel better in the world, so we can be more situated and better at conveying our unique messages, visions, passions, motivations, anger, and frustrations. Or you're just being yourself, and others, through their own mind, through their own logical capabilities, can make sense out of it because you coming straight from the spirit and they can see it because Venus in Aries. You know what I'm saying? Love you too, Daria. Love you too. So if you have Venus in Aries, you are conjuncting this event in the sky right now. So for everybody with Venus, Sun, Rising, Moon, or Mars in Aries, you have the Princess of Cups. So you are developing a new internal way to deal with emotions, feelings, deep connections, deep dreams, illusions, imaginations, and deep spiritual purposes. Let's go to Taurus. If you have Venus in Taurus, or the Sun, Moon, Rising, or Sun sign Scorpio, this reading is for you. And you are fatal attracting Venus in Aries, so you might feel that things going too fast. You might feel a bit too exposed. You might feel not so sure or not so secure and situated. But you gotta deal with that, and you can bring changes and updates to your relationships, and you can see who are the real people in your life that value you and your values. And you got Six of Swords. So you are or should be paying more attention and bringing more authority, power, and control over your own thoughts, ideas, conversations, relationships, and ways to analyze in a logical way. And you shouldn't be thinking so much about others relationships, and about others' values. So you should be focusing a bit more in your own conversations, relationships, and how you communicate and connect your values and situations. Let's go to Gemini. If you have Venus in Gemini, Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, Moon and Rising in Gemini, this reading is for you. You are sextiling Venus in Aries, so you have an opportunity to relate and love in a more unique, rash, and strong way. More personal way as well. We got two cards. I'll just speak about the first one. Eight of Pentacles. So you have the opportunity to feel stuck or to feel supported by a routine and pattern, by a physical situation, by a responsibility, right? Or you just feel, you can feel stuck in a relationship, or you can feel like you have to work on a relationship. We have a Gemini moon in here, so ways might attract people that now they're feeling more personal, they're feeling more real, and they're seeing everything, every corner in the relationship, and now they feel they have to work real hard, or they feel they need to spend more time in the relationship, or they feel they kind of stuck in the relationship, and Waze needs to bring a more light mood. They need to bring some silly conversations or conversations off topic to make these people feel lighter, to make these people feel a fresh of breath air, a breath of fresh air, so they don't feel so dry, so committed, tense, and locked up in the relationship. You get it, Waze, because you are attracting those people, and you're gonna be aware of it. And if you value the relationship, if it is a unique relationship where they celebrate their uniqueness and individuality, you gotta make it lighter. You gotta make it fresher. You gotta make it a bit nonsensical so they can fulfill their role and bring the sense, bring the limit, bring the boundary without the situation being already too stiff and stuck. Because you're making it light so they can make it stick. Because stuck, I mean, if it is already stuck and strict and they are doing it as well, it will get too much of that element. If they're not valuing your uniqueness individuality, if you're not valuing their uniqueness individuality, fuck it, just let them do whatever, right? And focus in creating that vision to find a unique relationship where you can be yourself, they can be themselves, you can go straight to the point, you can talk about your visions, imaginations, dreams, and illusions. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the Cancer side, cardinal war, Cancer sun. For Cancer sun, Cancer suns, you're reflecting too much, you're seeing the mirror everywhere, you're seeing yourself, your grandma, your past, your future. You in La La Land, call your cousin Pisces and ask them for advice. You can't do it. You'll create portals to everywhere. You can't deal with it. Pisces can. Pisces can deal with all the mirrors, all the demons, all the angels. You can't. So hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Cancer Suns, you are acting too much on your emotions and feelings. You are expressing too much self-sabotaging energy. You are being too much love, being too much sentimental, dreamy, delusional. Hold up, wait a minute. Just don't do it. Alright? On the positive side, if you have a relationship that supports you, go ahead. Show your dreams, illusions, and imaginations, and you can expand your life. That was for the Cancer Suns, guys. Only Cancer Suns. Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Venus. For the Cancer, if you have Venus in Cancer, this is for you. Reversed Magician, reversed Mercury. So with Venus in Cancer, you are now learning how to be more expressive, more individual, more unique, more fiery, and spiritual in your relationships. So you have the power to change your mind and to change your partner's mind, to change the circumstance completely, to transmute every single bit and ounce of energy, but you and others are misunderstanding, misusing, or misjudging your power or the situation. And if you have Venus, if you have Jupiter in Cancer as well, this reading is for you. So Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. You are squaring Venus in Aries. You're learning how to be more unique, passionate, angry, frustrated, and motivated in your relationships without burning them, without destroying them, while still being in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? There we go. You're learning how to find real love. There we go. Yep. That's what I said. I don't lie. Ace of Cups. When I'm doing my tarots, when I'm doing my astrologies, numerologies, gematries, I don't lie, bro. I'm connected to the divine. You better believe it. And I'm a male. I'm a strong male, so I make sense out of it. I can explain you why. I can explain you where that shit comes from and why it makes sense. And you Cancers, you are learning how to find a real unique relationship, a real unique feeling, or a real unique emotion, or a real unique connection within you or outside of you. But you gotta learn. It's not there yet. You are learning. You are learning. You gotta be unique. You gotta create the mood for others that are unique and individual to feel good around you. It might not be easy, but it's worth it. Let's go to all my Leos. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, and Leo Venus. You are trining Venus in Aries, so you have a gift to initiate relationships, values, and commitment instead of being so fixed, instead of being so controlative, instead of being about one or two things. You can initiate new love, new relationships, new conversations, right? But you gotta be ready to deal with something unexpected, with something out of the box, with something a bit more aggressive or passionate, and you are used to something a bit more calm, in your fiery way, a bit more calm, a bit more respectable, a bit more limited, with a bit more structure to it. Now it's going to be a bit wild, but it's good for you Leos, because you Leos can accumulate, you Cancers too, but for different reasons. You accumulate too much around the heart, around the stomach. You create these images of people, people create these weird images of you, and now with Venus in Aries, you can initiate and create new stuff, move that energy around. There we go, the star, Aquarius. Yep, that's it. You are just being like yourself, but for real. Not really caring about your image. Not really caring about, or you have the gift to do so, right? To be valuable for your damn self. to be, imagine, the Leos do this a lot, which is they went through a circumstance and they will change the story to look a certain way, right? While Aquarius, for an example, they see the value in telling the part of the story where they did something wrong or they were foolish or they were dumb, because that shows to others something else, the truth, and more parts of all possibilities, right? While Leos will try to hide and create a different light and image so they don't look bad. So that's kind of what's happening here. You are way less, or you have the gift too, you have to use it, caring way less about looking good and looking you. You want to associate with others that are unique, think and communicate in unique ways about unique stuff, and you want to be associated with them, or people that are unique want to associate with you, but you gotta relate in unique ways. You gotta show your passion, you gotta show your frustration, you gotta show your creativity and spiritual belief systems. But you have the gift to be the star and to associate yourself with other stars and be a constellation, because this is the star, right? But what do stars do? They come together and create constellations. So you are learning how to be the star and connect with other stars. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Virgo. Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, Virgo Mercury, and Virgo Venus. You are misunderstanding. Wait, for Virgo Venuses, Venus in Virgo, you got the reversed Prince of Wands. So you are creating a new external way to share your visions, passions, motivations, anger, frustrations, and spiritual belief systems. But you and others are misunderstanding it because you want to connect, you want to share, but in a more realistic and organized way. And now it's time to be a bit less organized, to be a bit more chaotic. But then you can see each other's spirit more clearly, and you might be misunderstanding that, or others are misunderstanding you because you usually are so calm, cool, and collected, or organized, or overthinking, and now you a bit more out of the box, and others might not be really understanding what is going on. Just give them time, be yourself, and everything will be all right. Right? So for all the Virgos out there, Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury, you are misunderstanding Venus in Aries. You are not really understanding why everybody is relating in a more aggressive way, in a more expressive way, in a more passionate way, in not to you nonsensical ways, right? Oh, you got two cards, but you ain't Pisces. So yeah, hold on, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Two cards coming out again. No. Come on, Venuses. Virgos. There we go. Reversed Ace of Wands. So through the misunderstandings, there is a unique vision, a unique feeling, a unique action, a unique expression, a unique dream or illusion, or a unique creative attribute within you, Virgos, that you will be able to connect with others, or receive from others, or value in others, or be valuable by others or to others. But you gotta show it, you gotta be it. Let's go to Libras. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, Libra Venus. For the Libra Venuses, reversed Four of Pentacles, you are misunderstanding or being misunderstood because you are being too dry and logical about relationships and commitment. And Libra Saturn, because Saturn is exalted in Libra, you are opposing Venus in Aries, so you're feeling that everybody is being a bit too realistic, a bit too aggressive, a bit too out of pocket, a bit too passionate, a bit too motivated, a bit too realistic and exposing themselves or exposing you. That's what really real relationship is about. And you got Seven of Cups. So with this Venus in Aries, you have the opportunity to detach and separate from old feelings, old emotions, old grudges, old memories, old generational environment, old memories of past relationships, old imaginations, dreams, and illusions. So you can be inspired by yourself and then connect in the future to new imaginations, new feelings, emotions, and deep relationships. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, or Scorpio Moons, with his Venus in Aries, Nine of Cups. Scorpio Moons have the opportunity to elevate their emotional state, to elevate their manifestation and materialization, to elevate how they feel and how they make others feel, and to elevate your dreams, illusions, and imagination. Also, because it's Scorpio Moon, you have the opportunity to elevate and upgrade your attraction game. Just make sure you're not attracting no pile of shit or pile of demons. So Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio Mars, or Scorpio Mars, reversed Queen of Wands. So Scorpio Mars can receive great spiritual, creative, and visionary support, but they are misunderstanding the support, or they are being misunderstood by the ones that want to give them support. Scorpio Mars, Pluto, Uranus, and Venus. You're also misunderstanding Venus in Aries. You are thinking or feeling everybody's being too expressive, too open, too naive. But that's about relationships. It's about vulnerability, being open, and being your goddamn self. So try to not be so concealing, mysterious, and trying to shape shift and square things around. Just be your goddamn self. All the Scorpios, reversed King of Cups. You have the opportunity to be a great emotional support, but you are being misunderstood or misunderstanding others right now, or just how to do it and convey it. Let's move to Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, Sagittarius Jupiter, and Sagittarius Venus. You are trining Venus and Aries, so you have a gift to relate in a more unique and individual way, or to be relatable, or to be valued by being unique, intense, passionate, aggressive, and by showing, speaking, and associating with very unique spiritual and creative stuff. So let's see. Oh, you're not you in bro. Sagittarius and Virgos always think they Pisces, always think they can throw multiple cards out here. No, bro. Nah, bro. What is this? Okay, that's one card. We can do it. We can do that. One card. Only one. Ooh. I mean, that this actually can be good. So hold on. The Devil, Capricorn, so negative. You or your relationships, too stuck in the details, too stuck in reality, too stuck in what you did or you should have done. On the positive side, you or others can select the right relationships, the right terms, the right values, and the right things to communicate and share, and you can now be paying more attention to details. But hold on, because if this reading is for you, you have a Sagittarius alignment. So when you talk about the Devil, when you talk about the details, the Devil is in the details, talking about more personality, expression, spiritual details. So now you are paying more attention to if your relationships are more real. Are they more passionate? Are they more unique? Are they more spiritual? Are they more creative? Are they the real deal? And you have more abilities and tools to discern that and then be confident about that and then select. That person is not unique and individual. No relationship, or more superficial relationship. Give them the Libra treatment. The unique and individual, they celebrate my uniqueness and individuality because for every person it will be different. So the details work for that. Go deep with them. Be more personal. Show them your personal interests and insecurities. Alright? Then, let's move to the Capricorns. Capricorn Sun. Capricorn Moon. Capricorn Rising. Capricorn Saturn and Mars, because Mars is exalted in Saturn. And Capricorn Venus. You are squaring Venus in Aries. So you are learning how to relate, communicate, love, and commit in a more rash way, in a less cautious way, in a more passionate, aggressive, spiritual, creative, motivated, and frustrated way. Right? But you already kind of got this, you already understand this, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. You just need to like remind yourself, or you just need to learn that is beneficial for you, because you can be too much holding back, or you can hold the relationship back. And you got reversed Six of Cups, so you should or are already learning how to pay more attention and bring more power and control to your own feelings, to your own emotions, to your own deep desires, dreams, and illusions. But you are misunderstanding, so you might be doing this to others, or you might be doing this in the wrong areas of your subconscious or emotions. So you are learning with this Venus in Aries to be a bit more personal and to value and love more yourself, your dreams, your creativity, and spirituality. Alright, Capricorns? Let's move to Aquarius. Aquarius Sun. Aquarius Sun with 2 cards. Okay, too much fire and you misunderstanding how to share your emotions, basically. Okay, let's not pay attention to this. This was kinda in the fence. Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, Aquarius Venus, Aquarius Mercury, Aquarius Uranus, and Aquarius Saturn. You are sextiling Venus in Aries. You have the opportunity to love and value more unique, more action-wise, more expression-wise things, people and places, or you have the opportunity to be more valued, and more loved by your uniqueness, by your individuality. But you gotta be thinking a bit less. You gotta be doing a bit more, okay? That's the main, like Aquarius and Aries are basically the same thing, but Aquariuses think more and they hold back more, they do less. Aries, they think less, they hold back less, and they do more. Oh, card for all the Aquariuses, reverse the High Priestess. So Aquarius receiving messages from the divine, they're receiving message from their spirit, but they are misunderstanding either the medium, the messenger, or the message itself. Alright? But you connected to the spirit. I know it. You connected to the spirit. I have Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Stellium, I have Aquarius Venus as well. Right? So I know that I'm connected to the divine. I know I'm connected to all possibilities. But all Aquarius out there, we are receiving direct messages from our spirits. Alright? So act on it and relate it as well. Lastly but not least, Pisces Sun. Of course, half of the deck on the ground, Pisces Sun. Why? Why Pisces scattered? Because they bringing too much power, control, attention, and authority to their circumstances, physicality, responsibility, limits, and boundaries. But you Pisces Sun, of course everybody needs this. You know what I'm saying, Joni? But you Pisces Sun, you need a bit more freedom. You are here to show others a bit more freedom, a bit more mutability, the dream, the illusion. You know what I'm saying? You're being just You're not believing. Why you not believing? Why you not connected with all possibilities? Now that we need you, now that we need the portal, the connection to La La Land, you being serious. You not believing. What the? Why you a Pisces then? My man. So Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon. Because remember, you chose your alignments. You chose to come here on a specific time, through a specific frequency and vibration, through a specific water, through a specific gate in the heaven, a space in time. So you want or needed to be that. So be it. Don't try to be something else right now. The same thing with, oh, you born with a dick, but now you think you're a woman. Now you lost. You chose to be a man, or you need to be a man. So be it. Just be it. If you want a man, just be it. Do it. Just do it. See. So Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, no, Pisces Jupiter, Pisces Venus, which is exalted, and Pisces Neptune, you are fatal attracting Venus in Aries, so you're feeling more shisty, more vulnerable, more exposed, but also more creative and more powerful if you are connected to all possibilities, to show, share, and be your goddamn self, your creativity, your spirit, yourself. And you got reversed Princess of Swords. So you are internally, deeply detaching from old thoughts, ideas, ways to communicate, socialize, and make sense out of yourself, the relationships, and the world. And that is causing some misunderstandings within you. Not feeling right, not being right. Yeah, because you are leaving the whole self behind. So you can make sense and be your real self and communicate, show to others your gifts, your talents, your creativity, your uniqueness, and your individuality. But hey, you're going through it. But you gotta, with the real people in your life, you gotta be vulnerable. You gotta open up. With everybody else, close. This is winter. Close down. The roads have snow. It's raining. It's cold outside. You can't go to the party. It's raining today. Stay at home with the cat, the dog, with your partner, the wine, the weed, the video game, the movie. But go through the process. Detach really deeply from old thoughts, ideas, conversations, and ways to socialize and be a part of the world. So you can bring the new world from within. Right, guys? So that was the end of the tarot reading. So let's go to the house reading. So if you have Venus in the first house, you are relating more your personal insecurities, personal interests, and your personal frustrations, passions, and motivations. If you have Venus in the second house, it means that you are being a bit more aggressive, passionate, and vulnerable in sharing and connecting your values, how you think others value you, and what you value in others. If you have Venus in the third house, you are being a bit more passionate, frustrated, insecure, or exposed in how you value the surroundings, how you think the surroundings value you, and you might be going a bit too deep in relationships, conversations, or connections in your surroundings, that they are not really that deep, but you are. But that's okay, that can be the start of a deep relationship from the third to the fourth house, or that can be just for the birds, but if you don't experience it, you don't know it. If you have Venus in your fourth house right now, you are learning how to be more intense, more real, in more personal, close to the heart spaces. Alright? But hey, that's important. Because if they can't handle it, or if you can't handle it, it's not the right relationship for you. Like we say here in Portugal, it's better to be alone than with bad companies. Mais vale só do que mal acompanhado. You better believe it. Caralho. Now, if you have Venus in the 5th house, you are valuing and showing, expressing your values in a more passionate, frustrated, insecure, and vulnerable way. And that's good. Being vulnerable in relationships in Venus is good, but not to everybody else. You gotta know when and to whom to be open and vulnerable, right? But with Venus in the 5th house, you're doing this about your entertainment, what entertains you, what you like to entertain, and what you like to pay attention to, and what you like to receive attention from or because. Venus in the 6th house right now, you are relating in a more passionate, frustrated, insecure, and vulnerable way about or in your work, routine, pattern, organization, and health. Either you're doing a good health or you bad health, right? And imagine you might need to be vulnerable, you might need to open up to somebody, but your mind, because of your, I don't know, whatever element you have, it's keeping you away from it. Fear is keeping you away from it. You will manifest a headache, stomach ache, twist your ankle because you're not connecting, you're not feeling free. Hey, actually, I need to do more videos about that. Like if you got hurt in your ankle, you are not being free enough. If you get, because in those old movies where the prisoners have those heavy balls, they always connected to the ankle. And there is this mythology boots that they have wings in the ankle, because the ankle and the not the shin and the where football players put those protections in the legs, it's from the Aquarius 11th house. So new shit, freedom shit. So if you get hurt in your front part of your leg, you were not being unique, or you were afraid of being unique, so you hurt your vulnerable spot. If you hurt in the knee, there is something wrong with the things you're standing on, or what you think about the replayability, the sustainability about your situation and what you're standing and supporting on. If you hurt in your thighs, your wisdom and knowledge, your expansion and ability to travel, or how you perceive it, is damaged. If you hurt in your lower bowels and lower intestines, the way you absorb and let things within you is hurt, compromise, or block. If you hurt in your stomach, your individuality and your ability to be strong and process and digest life is hurt. If you hurt in your heart, your emotions, feelings, and the ability to connect and enjoy life is hurt. If you hurt in your throat, your ability to express yourself and communicate, and the enthusiasm and the value that you see in communicating with others is hurt. If you hurt in your shin, your ability to go forward and initiate and because the shin is actually very interesting. Why the fuck do we have a shin? Think about it. Why we have a shin? Actually, the shin, even the word the shin, China. Nah, I'm joking. The shin is more like a puncting, perforating, opening a space kind of tool, right? Because I don't like when I bully my friends or my cousins, I would use the shin in their head, and that will hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the shin is your ability to initiate is kind of hurt. Your ability to do this damage is hurt, and actually taking a punch to the chin can knock you out, because it's a structural part of your face, right? If you hurt in the lips, the way you show or the way you feel about being exposed about your sexual and deep desires is hurt. If you hurt your nose, your ability to breathe, metaphorically, and your ability to purify what you receive from the external realm is hurt. If you hurt in your eyes, your ability to perceive stuff is hurt. If you're hurt in your forehead, your ability to stand your ground, your ability to headbutt others, to maintain your position is hurt. If you hurt in your head, or if you're losing some air too, your ability to be seen and your willingness to be seen is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or how you think others see you is hurt. In very general terms, all right? All that I said, if you are hurt in your bottom of your feet, right? Your internal connections are hurt because on the internal part of your feet, the bottom of your feet, it's the end of your nervous system. So you have a lot of nerves that connect to your stomach, liver. So like massaging your feet, walking barefoot, it can stimulate all of your nervous system, right? And a lot of doctors have in their office a chart with the feet and where things are connected. This is science, this is known. This is not meta medicine, this is not spiritual medicine, this is real, like according to them as well, right? But actually, talking about medicine and shit, we still need to add to modern medicine the concept of energy. Every old and successful medicinal concept from China, Japan, Africa, South America, they had this energy, the ki, the chakra, the prana, the ki, the organ, the I don't know. They all have this concept of energy flowing within you. And when you say, I'm tired, I have no energy, I can think clearly, I have no energy, I can create new ideas, I have no energy. So we know this. We know that we have energy within us and that can create and cure illnesses. But that's for another video. God damn it, 6th house. I have Pisces in the 6th house. That's why I need to have and bring purpose to these routines and systems and areas of thinking and building and constructing. But that's for another time. If you have Venus in the 7th house, Venus in Aries right now, right? You just relating and being related to by unique individuals, unique thoughts, unique ideas, unique subjects. And that's me right now. I have that Libra rising. So Venus is in my 7th house right now. So I can relate. And that has been happening actually. I've been relating a lot on my personal interests. I've been relating a lot about my personal ideas and identity. Bro, this shit don't lie. Let's move on. If you have Venus in the 8th house, you are relating and sharing in a more personal, passionate, and excited way about your deep desires, fears, traumas, or transformative circumstances. So you might feel exposed, you might feel like it's unnecessary, but it's another scenario of knowing when and to whom to do it, and then it will be awesome. If you have the right person in the right environment, it will be like a lot of fun telling that story. You might feel a bit fearful. It might bring mad memories. You might cry a little bit, but it will always be fun and like exciting and relieving. That's some real spiritual shit. Like, because we also have to categorize better what is something spiritual. In the end of the day, it's always spiritual when you transform, when it's relieving, when you do something real and concrete, and when it's like fun and exciting. And even if you tremble a little bit, even if your voice and legs shake, you do it. You accomplish something. Even if you feel those nerves in the belly, you did it. Because that means you're expanding. Even though you were fearful, you force it. And you thought it was going to be the worst thing in your life. It was very cool. It was fun. And while you were doing, you still had those nerves, but you were laughing as well, or you were smiling, or you were feeling good in your heart, and your legs were shaking, and your nerves were, and you were almost throwing up. But now you look back at it, and you just can't stop smiling, and you feel this weight coming out of your shoulder, bro. After I was born in the 8th house, I know how it is to be. Whoo, shit! I get out of there. I know, bro. I know. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me. All right. Now, if you have Venus in the 9th house, you are relating in a more initiative, passionate, frustrated, open, and sensitive type way. My bad, I'm not thinking about other stuff, but I'm focused here about your spirituality, spiritual belief systems, and your testimonies. If you have Venus in the 10th house, you have to learn how to still be sophisticated and private and business and to the point, but now a bit more creative, a bit more passionate, and a bit more out of the box. If you have Venus in the 11th house, it's time to broadcast and bring sense and consistency to more unique, individual, passionate, frustrated, and spiritual concepts, relationships, or partners. And lastly but not least, if you have Venus in the 12th house, you are now relating your dreams, illusions, imaginations, and deep spiritual purposes in more passionate, frustrated, open, and expressive and vulnerable ways. Then, and it's gonna be everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed the live stream. I really enjoyed talking to you about this Venus in Aries. Yeah, it's in my 7th house, of course. I'm enjoying it, bro. I'm feeling good. I'm like this is bringing health to my gut. This is bringing health to my gut. In some weeks, my air will grow more healthy, stronger, brighter. Because, bro, my spirit and the spirits that came together with my spirit to create this body, they be like, it's worth it. Bring more people here, make more babies, make more cities, make more forests, make more things in there. Yeah, it's good, it's worth it, it's a good space in here. Call those guys over there, call those guys over here. You know what I'm saying? And creating this shit, building up, connection, structure. That's how you create better skin and better tissue. In a general spiritual way, it's convincing your spirit and other spirits that this is a good system, this is a good place, so they can attract other spirits, they can fuck with each other, and then create good fluids, good bone, good flesh, good cells. If this is not a worthy space, if this is not a good temple, your spirit and the other spirits, instead of creating it, instead of restructuring, they want to leave. So fuck that shit, I'm out. So it deteriorates faster. There is less, because you don't deteriorate, you just stop regenerating. And why do we get older with age? Because as you experience more in this realm, your spirit doesn't need / want to experience more in here. So slowly but surely your spirit gets tired or fulfilled of this experience. It's like, I don't need to come down here anymore. So your spirit stops rebuilding. That's why you get older, as in your body, right? But why are these people that age up better? Because their experience is fulfilled. Their spirit is like, oh yeah, I want to come back. This is good. Bring more spirit, bring more wine, bring more meat, bring more stuff over here, guys. Because it's a good experience. If you're having a bad experience, your spirit's like, what? Why should I rebuild there? Why should I make more blood cells? Why should I make more bone? Why should I make more hair? That place sucks. It's like you go to a bar, the service is awful. You go to a restaurant, the service is awful. Why should I go back? Eventually, that bar will close because they have a bad service. If you have a bad experience, eventually or quicker, your body will close out of service. If you have a good, and then this is different, right? You can have two twins, they go through the same experience, and at 20 years old, this twin looks like they're 40, this looks like they're 15. Because to their spirit, right, they have different fulfillment and purposes. And we have these older women in their 40s and in their 50s, they're looking like they're 20, they're looking like they're 30. Bro, they fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? They fulfilled in all the ways. You have these women in their 30s, they look like they're 50. They thinking too much about what others think. They worrying too much about status, and I need to have this big house when I'm 30, and they need to have a esoteric house instead of a real house. I need to show my parents this. I need to show my ex that I'm better than bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for watching, guys. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. A whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Always remember, the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. Always remember, to believe in yourself, and to believe in all possibilities. Esoteric Cloud Surfer stepping out. If you need a reading or a consultation, contact me. If you need clothing, jewelry, or web design, contact Daria. Until the next time, I'm out. See you soon.